Morning, Standard 6th English Medium Biology. We are going to start a new chapter today, that is the body movements. Now, about body movements, first you have to sit absolutely still, means without any movement. Then you have to observe your movements in this period. You will see that you will blink your eyes after a few time of interval. You have to blink your eyes. Then in your body also some movements will be still like breathing. So your chest will go up and down, up and down, up and down. Similarly, other movements like your heart is also beating, pumping. So there are so many movements happening in our body. Now, when you're writing something in your notebook, which part of your body move? Remember? First, you hold your pen, so your fingers are moving. Then, when you write, your wrist here is also moving. Your elbow is also moving. From here, the jointed shoulder is also moving. And same time, you have to concentrate with your eyes and your face. So, your face is also moving. It means that for doing one activity, there are so many body parts which are starting moving. Similarly, when you go outside, somebody is calling you, your friend is calling you, have to turn around. Then at that time also, you have to move your body parts. Some of the parts of your body can move, but some of the body parts cannot move also. So, then you get up, you go to the school either by walking or by the bus, etc., etc. While walking, your legs, your knee are using. They are moving. Means the movement of the different parts takes place. Then you go to the playground to play with your friends. There you jump, you run, etc., etc. And then you move from one place to another place. In this all activities, you will be watching that there are different parts of body is moving. Now we are observing only ourselves. Now look at the other animals also around us. They are also going from one place to another place. Like dogs, you can see that dogs are also using their legs for going one place, so they are walking. Birds, they cannot walk, so they are flying. In the flying also, lots of body parts are getting moved. Movement is there also. Then some of the animals jump, like frog, etc. They have to jump from one place to another place to move from there. Similarly, some are scrolling, some are slithering also, like the snake. Snake is taking all the body around it. That is known as slithering also. And some of the insects, they have wings, they have legs, so some of them can walk also, some of them only fly, and some can swim also in the water, like fish and other aquatic animals. So they are using different ways to go from one place to another place. So if you observe them as a common thing, then you will see that in all types of movements, there is the sum of one or the other parts are moving. So there are so many movements that happen in our bodies. For example, as we talked, blinking of our eyes, we walk to go from one place to another place, we run, jump, play, etc. Similarly, all animals also move from one place to another by different ways, like walk, run, fly, jump, creep, crawl, swim, etc. So these are the different movements, different parts of the body are connected in this movement. Doesn't matter what type of movement they are doing, swimming or flying, jumping, but in all these activities you have to move different body parts. Some have to move the legs, some have to move the legs and the hands, some whole body, some have to move the wings, and so on. So if you watch the different animals, then you will understand that different body parts are getting moved when they move from one place to another place. So now, first of all, we have to learn about our human body and its movements. So, human body and its movements. Now, when we, suppose in the morning you wake up and do the physical exercises to keep your body fit, in which you have to move different body parts, almost all the parts which are moving, like we have to use our hands to do some exercise, our legs also to do the different exercise, we have to move our body like that, we have to do the face, use the face also, or you have to bend it down, bend at the back, and so many. You know more when the PT lecture is there, or in the yoga, we have to do different movements of our body parts. Now, if you watch the different movement of our body parts, then you will be able to understand that where the movements is possible, where the movements is not possible. So now, if you do the exercises, like image that you have a ball and you have that wickets, means that the stumps there, and you have to bowl that ball to that batsman there. How will you do? You have to take the ball in your hand. Imagine what do? You have to movement whole. So here you rotate whole your arms to throw that ball. With that your shoulder, the whole shoulder is not moving, but at which place the hand is joined, it is you have to move them. Right? So here you have to move your hand in a circular movement, but the whole shoulder is not moving in the circular movement. It is remaining there. If you lie down on the floor and try to rotate your legs, right? In that your hips is also moving, your knee is also moving, and so many things are there. Similarly, when you stretch your body sideways like that, you have to move your here hips and the joint here. So different movements. Now here, if you want to touch your shoulder, what you do? You have to bend from the elbow. If you want to make a mutti like that, then what we have to do? We have to move our fingers. Here we have to move our wrist also. Now try to bend this hand. If it is like that, we can move bend on the upward. Try to move downwards. Can you bend it downwards? No, we cannot move downwards. Here you rotate like that, but all parts cannot be done like that. Right? Legs also, we can move like that also, but you cannot move upwards. So here we can see that there is different type of motion can be done. So now it is wondering that how the movements are possible. Now try to press your fingers, your toes, your hand, your nose, your ears, face, etc. All different body parts, your legs also, your knee, your elbow, etc., etc. You will feel some hard structure inside. At the top there will be little soft, but if you press little hard, you will find some hard structure inside the body. And those hard structures are called bones. They are our bones. And the bones are hard. But if the bone is alone, you cannot bend them. You cannot bend these bones because they are very hard structures. So now how our body movements are possible then when the bones cannot be bended? So if you notice carefully that in some of our body part there are some soft bones also, which are known as cartilages. About that we will learn in later. But in our ears, you can see that our ear can be bent properly because there is soft bones inside. Either we are thinking there is no bone here. Here there is also bone, but there are some soft bones also which are known as cartilage, and they can be bent. But all that hard bones that are present in our body, that cannot be moved alone. So now if you think about it and observe your body where the movements are done. Here you can see that our finger is also divided into 3 or 2 parts. Here in the thumb there is only 2 parts, but in your finger also you can see that 1, 2, 3 parts. Right? Here also you can move. From here also you can move. So if you observe that, then you will see that movement is only possible at the part at which 2 or more bones are meeting one another. Here also you can see that the ear bone, they are meeting here. And that part only is able to do the movements. Similarly in your fingers also you can see, as I told you, that those are the bones which are meeting each other. It is not made up of the one bone. And therefore, at the part when the 2 bones are meeting, here also you will see that the bones are meeting at place. So wherever the joint is possible, the movement is possible, there what happens? The 2 bones are meeting, 2 or sometimes more than 2 bones are also meeting at one place. So then and then only the movement is possible. So that place is known as joint. So you can see that the place at which 2 or more bones meet is called joint. So you can see that there are so many parts in our body. Like if we start with the neck, you know that neck, can you completely rotate the neck? No, only you can see the sideway, but you can be little up, but then you can then bend more also. So you can partially rotate it. It can be bent, yes, it can be bent also, it can be lifted also, right? But it does not move at all parts. Some of the body parts will be like that also, that there will be no movement in that also. In wrist, it rotates completely? No, only like that, but it cannot rotate other side also. Then it partly turns, it can be bent also, and it cannot be lifted. Yeah, it can be lifted and it can be bent also. Finger you can see that you can bend, but can you lift upwards? Can you bend upwards? No, not exactly from the bend, from the joint there. Then you talk about your knee. Where is your knee? It is here, right? You can bend it, but can you lift it upward to bring your leg here? No, it cannot be lifted up, but it can bend only. Can it move everywhere, rotate? No, it cannot rotate, only like that, but cannot move completely round rotation. Then your ankles here. Ankles also can rotate, cannot rotate completely, but partially it can turn. It can be lifted but cannot be bent, and so on. Then your toe, the thumb in the leg is known as toe. That also can be bent but cannot be lifted. It cannot rotate also, not even partially rotate. Only it can be bent. Then if you talk about your back can be bent but cannot be lifted so much, right? At the back side you cannot bend and it cannot rotate completely. Partially only it can rotate, but not the completely. But some of the part, like in the middle part, you cannot even move. Your chest also cannot move itself. Only the whole thing can be moved, but not alone your chest can move. Similarly, in your face also, only the down jaw, but upper jaw you cannot move alone. This part, your skull also you cannot move alone. The whole body is moving here because there are the different types of joints are present in our body. Then in your elbow also, you cannot rotate it properly, whole thing. Now it can be bent, but it cannot. It can be lifted, but cannot bend the other ways also. And in your arms can rotate completely, right? So in our body, we can see that there are different movements. Some can rotate completely, some can partially, some bend, some lift, some both, and some part doesn't even move at all. So there are different types of joints are there in our body, and these different types of joints in our body are helping us to carry out different movements and different activities. So it is the body movements that we are learning about it. If you do one thing like that, take a scale like that and put it down here and tell somebody to tie up here, both sides, one here and one here. If it is tied like that, and if somebody want to tell you to move your hand from the elbow, will you be able to do it? Either here also if you put it and tied up properly, just like that. Sometimes you have fracture. Sometimes you have fracture. What does the doctor do? They will put some supports like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they will put that plaster around it. At that time, are you be able to move your hand? No, you won't be able to, because if it will move, then it can damage again. Therefore, the doctor has to do to stop that movement. It means that it is possible only when the two bones are meeting at the place. You can see that activity is here, right? In that, if you tie that things here down, then you won't be able to bend your elbow because it is tied with that things. So if it is like a bone, you cannot be move that part. So now the different types of joints are there, like ball and socket joint, pivotal joint, hinge joints, fixed joints, etc., etc., etc. So, and all the joints, when they are there, then there will be our skeleton. So about the different type of joints we will learn in the next video. So you have to, if any problem, you can write down in the comment section, and after this you will get a PDF file that you will write down in your notebook. Thank you very much.